Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Wherever you are, remember you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with the hockey coach, Guru Coach FRENCHY. Today, episode number 278. What you have a menu, coach, today? First of all, let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens news and update. Then, my second subject is about the debate between Kirby Dach and Nick Suzuki. Stay until the end of this. Going to give you my answer between Dach and Suzuki. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Initial Live Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And let's dive in, talk about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens news and update. First of all, the Montreal announced the forward Josh Anderson is going to be out for the remaining of the season. Unfortunately for him, during the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning, at the end of the game, he was trying to score in the empty net, got pushed by Sergachev. He hit very hard the post. He got a high sprained ankle. For Anderson, season is over. In 69 game, he has 21 goals and 11 assists, 32 points. This is the same number of the game and the point he did the year before, but he got 19 goals and 13 assists. But one thing we're going to remember is Josh Anderson, his transformation, is his development with the Montreal this season. Had an amazing, great run in the last 6 weeks with so many injuries with the Montreal Canadiens roster. He stepped up. He did really well. He increased his TOI over 18 minutes. He was most of the time playing on the top 6 for the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, this is a bad news for him. We're going to be out for the rest of the season. My second news of the day, guys, again, it's him. Yes, every time, every day, I'm talking about Lane Hutson because he did it. He got the new record. Let's watching a video about Lane Hutson.
HABS PROSPCTS Canadiens prospect Lane Hutson breaks longtime NCAA record. The 18-year-old defenseman wasted no time making his mark in Boston University's game against Western Michigan in the Manchester Regional. He scored his 15th goal of the year to put the Terriers up 1-0 in the first period. The goal pushed HUTSON season totals to 15 goals and 33 assists, good for 48 points in 37 games. It's a fantastic production rate, which isn't just an encouraging sign for the Canadiens prospect, it also happens to be the best scoring rate for an under-19 defenseman in league history. Brian Leetch was the former reigning champion, having produced 9 goals and 38 assists during his lone year in the NCAA with Boston College, 1987 to 1988.
He did it, guys. Lane Hutson got the record now with the most points by any defenseman at 19 years old. What a great year for Lane Hutson. And by the way, the Boston University won the first game of the NCAA playoff. Are going to move on now on the next round. He's going to play Saturday. Finally, my last news of the day, guys, about a bit the game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins. Montreal lost by the score of 4-2, but Kirby Dach scored for his second game back-to-back. Sen is back with the Montreal Canadiens. It was his 14th goal of the season. And then Nick Suzuki, guys, another game of 2 points. That's gave him a 3 straight game of 3 games right now. 6 points in the last 3 games for Nick Suzuki. Is at that moment 55 points. We know his best record he did twice is 61 points in one season with 10 games to go. Can Nick Suzuki beat his record of the most points in one season? But I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about the Lane Hutson? Possible. What do you think about now the unlucky injury for Josh Anderson? Finally, Kirby Dach sent his join the Montreal Canadiens after his long period of out of the lineup. And finally, what do you think about Nick Suzuki in the last couple of days? This concludes, guys, my first subject. Let's move on for my second subject of the day. Here we go, guys. We just talk about them. Kirby Dach versus Nick Suzuki. Here what I'm going to talk about. First of all, guys, Kirby Dach was drafted 3rd overall pick by the Chicago Blackhawks. He's a big center, 6'4". He's a great on transition, guys. He's great stick angling. When he skate with a puck between the 2 blue line, maybe one of the best in NHL. He have a really long stick, so he can put a wrench, everything in front of him. Then he is really good on the puck protection. He really uses his body to protect the puck. And he can be physical at some point with the Montreal Canadiens. The most important thing, he can hit in the corner. He can win his battle. On the flip side, Nick Suzuki, guys, is a 13th overall pick by the Vegas Golden Knights. He's only a 5'11" center. Great on the transition like Kirby Dach. Good on the stick angling too. He passed the puck very well. Great release shot. We see him many goals on the power play, right? and then he have a great vision. Both of them are really good on the playmaking, and they can also, we can call them drivers. So they can drive the play at many occasions with the Montreal Canadiens. They are really similar on different ways with their skill and talent. Kirby Dach need to improve, guys, his face-off percentage. He's always been really one of the big difficulty he has since he joined the NHL. Secondly, he need to shoot more. He was really shy with the Chicago Blackhawks, maybe because he played with Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews, but with the Montreal Canadiens, he need to increasing his shot on the net. He have no reason he cannot become a guy with 2.5 shot per game in NHL. Finally, he need to a little bit better on the coverage on the defensive zone. He's good, guys, on back checking. He understands the play, but on defensive zone coverage, sometimes it look like he's losing his opponent players he covers. It's something you need to improve. For Nick Suzuki, guys, I still believe for him, it's all about his face-off too. He always been below at 50% to be considered good in NHL. You need to have an average over 50% as a face-off. Secondly, he's good to intercept the puck. He's good to retrieve the puck on defensive zone, but he's not very good, guys, on the back checking and on the defensive zone coverage. Finally, he had to have a better time management on the ice. Stay too long on the shift many times. I think that's hurt him a long term. It's something he need to improve with the Montreal Canadiens for his future. So you can see, guys, both of them are pretty good. They are really similar. That brings you guys for my next thing I want to talk about. Let's finishing the debate between both of them about the offensive per season. Yeah, no debate. They are same overall, guys. I expect them at some point when they're going to be at their prime to have a season between 70 to 85 points. Both of them are going to have an average of 25 to 30 goals per year and an average of 50 to 65 assists per year. I don't see one better to under the one. They are different. And the only way I see different, I'm talking about their size. 1.64 and 1.5'11". But they are really similar at how they play in NHL. At long term, I don't see them to carry on the team on their shoulder like a super elite, like Sebastian Aho, a Barkov, or a Jack Hughes. But they are both great hockey players, and I think they'll be maybe enough if they can bring Montreal Canadiens great winger with them. I think that'll be good for Montreal to have that kind of duo, Kirby Dach and Nick Suzuki. If both of them can improving for sure in the next couple of years, it develop to become solid center in NHL. At the end, guys, no debate. Both are not a franchise player, but they are great players. That's what I can tell you right now. Some people may be thinking Kirby Dach is going to be better. Some people thinking Nick Suzuki is going to be better. But at the end of the day, I feel both of them are going to be similar when they are going to finish their career in NHL. I would like to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this debate. Do you believe Kirby Dach is going to be better? Do you believe Nick Suzuki is going to be better? You said, yes, coach, you are right. We feel they're going to be similar. They're going to have those kind of season year after year with the Montreal Canadiens. Let's conclude, guys, all the subject I have for this episode. Here we go. That's it. That's all. Update Montreal Canadiens with news and then the debate between Kirby Dach and Nick Suzuki. But before we leave, we invite you, please, don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me a comments about this episode. And of course, I want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessing day, everybody.